So that is December Will Be Magic Again by KateBush. It's a piano piece, but we're going to emulate the piano with our fingers, thus. On the piano, you know, we go bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. So we do that with our fingers to the thumb. And the video is going to be in two halves. Hopefully I'll try and get it all done in one video, but I might have to do two, depending on how long this takes. So I'll go through the chords and how to plug it, and then the second half or the second video will be with a plectrum instead, okay? So first things first, I'm going to raise my footstool a little bit. Now, the chords for the intro are C minor, A flat major, B flat major, and F minor, okay? 4 times, but on the third time it's slightly different. We pause on the B flat, finish on an F/A before we come into the verse, okay? So let me walk you through that. So your C minor is a bar on the 3, your second finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, your 3rd finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, and your 4th finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, okay? It's an A minor form in front of the bar. That's another way to think of it. Now, the A flat major, all we need to do is release the pressure slightly, push the shape forward 1 fret, and then the shape, the A minor shape, we're going to push up and turn it into an E major shape, okay? So keep the fingers in the same shape, but we'll just change the strings, okay? B flat major, take the pressure off, move it to the 6th fret, reapply the pressure, and then for the F minor, all the way back to the 1, lift off your 2nd finger, and off you go. Okay, that's your chord forms. Hopefully that's an easier way for you to think about, rather than, you know, taking off all your fingers and doing it all individually. So the first part, what we want to do is we want to pluck strings 3, 2, 1 with our index, middle, and ring, I, M, A, and the thumb in this case plays the 5, so it's. So that's emulating the, you know, the the high octave on the piano to the low octave. Ding dong, ding dong. So, okay. Now, when we move to the A flat, fingers are going to stay the same, but we're going to go to the 6. Same on the B flat, and then same on the F minor. Now again, why am I holding these if I'm not using them? You might want to vary. And it's also, if you're not got them on and you make a mistake, it sounds awful. Whereas if you're on and you make a mistake, it's still the right chord. Okay, so it's just good. Even though I'm not using that one, or you know, I could play it at a later date. See, but if I went, you know, what would it be? So if I was just playing the strings I had on, you know, but if I make a little mistake, it comes through. So it's. Again, for the other video or for the later on the video, you might want to strum it. So prepare you for that as well if you wish to do that. So, but I digress. Yes, so the first 2, so we're going to play the strings 3, 2, and 1. So this time for the next 2, we're going to switch our fingers to 4, 3, and 2, but the same movements, okay? And keep your thumb in front of your fingers, don't let it drift into your hand, okay? So it's the same chord progression, but it brings it down slightly. And then this time, we'll get the B flat, just strum through, count 4, 2, 3, 4, and that brings you into your verse, okay? Let me play that through one more time for you, very slowly. And we'll switch strings. Right, so that is your intro. We come back to that chord progression later on, actually, I've just realised, but we're going to change the what we do with the fingers. Right, verse. So let me, again, run you through the chords and then we'll break it down. Again, if you just want to strum through it, just look at the chords and just strum it, all right? So the first chord is a G minor. And then we have a G minor / F sharp. Or G minor 7 / F sharp, right? Okay. Into an F sus4. And an F. And then we get C minor, G minor, D minor, A minor, E minor, B minor 7. A minor, so I'm doing it very quickly, but it's just a run through it, and then a B to a dominant 7th, A minor, and then a D7. Okay, again, it's very heavy on the bars. So let's start. So G minor is your bar on the 3, third finger on the 5 of the 5, fourth finger on the 5 of the 4. And here I would plug 6, 4, 3, 2. For the G minor 7 / F, bring your first finger to the first fret on the 6, and we have this A shape on the 3rd fret. Okay, so that's your second finger on the 3 of the 4, third finger on the 3 of the 3, and your fourth finger on the 3 of the 2. We don't, because we want to mute the 5th and the 1st here. Okay, so here again I'm playing the same strings, 6, 4, 3, 2. Now to get to the F major 7, drop the bar down and take this shape to the 5th, 4th and 3rd string. And again, what happens here is like ding, 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 ding on the piano, but it's in the higher octaves, which we don't have on the guitar. So just to get around that and so it resembles it, I suggest we just run through with our thumb to the 4th string and then 3, 2, 1. Similar, not exactly the same. And then we switch to an F and do the same. Play the 2 afterwards for a little bit of variation, see, so I think I forgot to mention that. So from the F sus4, we put that E shape in front. So we want to, let's break it down. So take your second finger off, let the 3rd and 4th finger come to the 5th and 4th string, and drop your second finger to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, so let me just show that bit again. This bit, let me show you the fingers for that. So we've got a C minor to a G minor. The first one, what we want to do is we're going to play 5 on the C minor, which you should know from previously. 5, 4, 3 and 2, 4. Similar movements for the rest, okay? But the root being the 5th here. And then we change, when we go to the G minor, we switch to the 6, but it's the same thumb, index, ring in middle, index. Okay, so root being the 5th, so turn it slightly. And then 6. And then when we get to the D minor, exactly the same shape, but on the 5th fret, 5, 4, 3 and 2, 4, and then push up to the A minor, take the second finger off, 6, 4, 3, 4, E minor, again, same shape as these, the A minor shape in front, and then go to a B minor 7, and we're just going to just run through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then we pull this shape back to an A minor, drop the 4th finger in underneath, and strum through, like just drag your thumb through. And again, push this shape forward to the 7, drop your second finger to the 3rd string there on the 8th fret, and we play that 1, 2, and lift off your little finger, 3, 4, pull back to the A minor, and then underneath we've got the D7, which will just run through the strings, or you can strum through if you wish. So from the A minor, we're going to take the 3rd finger to the 4th string and your 4th finger to the 2nd string. That gives us a D dominant 7th, okay? Let me play that very slowly. So yeah, that part, I forgot where it was. C minor, G minor, D minor, A minor, E minor, B minor 7, just let the thumb run, and then strum on the A minor, B, dominant 7th, A minor, D, 7, okay? Hopefully that's enough. That's first half of the verse. Second half is very similar. So we're going to go back to the G minor, the G minor slash F, the F sus4, and the F. Now we're just going to start the same. C minor, G minor, D minor, A minor. Now we continue here. We'll go E minor, B minor, with the same right hand fingers. And then we go to an F minor, but we just we do the F minor, and then when we get to the C, we're going to go. Sorry, C minor, not the 7. Right, and then you strum the F minor, arpeggiate the C minor, strum the F minor, arpeggiate the C, strum the F, and arpeggiate the C. Times is that? It's 4 times in total. I've forgotten how many times. I think this is the 4th. Strum the F, and then we come into this part. So how did that bit go again? So I played it. That's it. Right, but we'll get that in a second. I'm jumping ahead. So that section, thing to remember. Yes. So. It's the same as the first half with the C minor. So it's C minor, G minor, D minor, A minor, E minor. Now keep it going on the B minor, and then the F minor is again the same shape as the previous parts, but on the 8th fret. And now we're going to go up to the C minor. So we've got the bar on the 8th, 3rd finger, 4th finger, but we just run our thumb 1. I think that's going to be a lot easier actually. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we drop the F minor in underneath and strum through. 3, 4. Do that 4 times. 3, 4, and again. Is that the last one? Let's do it one more time just to make sure. And now. Next section, there's a lot in this song, isn't there? I guess that's why it's brilliant, just doing lots of different things. So yeah, the chord progression is the same as the beginning, okay? But the picking pattern is different, okay? So the picking pattern now would be, I'm going to play it, thumb, thumb, fingers, thumb. I think that's what I believe agreed on. Gives you another variation. So C minor to A flat major to B flat major to F minor. We're going to do that 4 times. And your picking pattern for the C minor would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Okay, so using thumb, thumb, fingers, thumb. Like that, okay? So on the C minor. On the A flat major, we're going to go 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Same on the B flat major. Same on the F minor. We'll do that 4 times. Oh, sorry, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. What happens this one is on the 5th time we go. That's it, right? So I got a bit confused there. So on the 5th time, after the 4th time, we start the C as we were playing, and then we go to the A flat to strum through, pull back to the G minor, and then pull back to the F minor. 2, 3, 4, which brings us into the major part. So it's a C, a G B, B flat, F with an A flat. I'm going to suggest this one rather than this one because we don't want that note there. Or if that one's more comfortable for you, we'll make sure you only play up with the 3rd string there. So I'm just going to run through my thumb on this section. So I've got a C. I did initially play like that. B flat. But my student was struggling with that bit, so we changed it to a C. And if you want, you can just put your second finger down for a C/B. But I think you can hear the D in the piano there, so I think it goes C to a G B to a B flat, F with an A, and an A flat, and then again 4 times. B flat, F with an A, and I didn't explain, did I? So the A flat here is in the G form. So I bar the 1, and I put my 4th finger to the 4 on the 6th string, and you can put your 3rd finger to the 3 on the 5th string if you wish. That's a tricky chord, so you can do the previous A flat if you want. It's the same, isn't it? It's slightly different. So I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, up to you. Do which one you want. I think it sounds better here. That's what you can hear in the piano. But if you prefer, do that one. Okay, so 4 times. 2, A flat, so F with an A flat. Let's just call this the 4th time because we'll go. And then that brings us back into the verse. All right. That's a long one. Let me just check the time. Yes, I'm going to have to leave it there, I'm afraid, because I have a class right now. Okay, any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Everything that we've just done today with the fingers, just do it with the pick. Try that. Rather than me doing another video, you try and just do what I did with the pick and put your own videos up. That would be great. Or, you know, if I get enough requests, I'll do the pick one when I have the spare time. All right. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, consider subscribing. I'm an online guitar teacher. If you want face-to-face classes, use the link in the description below. And yeah, that's it.